Chow, come and get it.
Welcome to Chow's On. And today's shirt is truck number 3 from Chicago Fire. Yeah, the Iron Ring. Got a couple buddies that work for Chicago Fire. Went there, visited them, got to visit the fire station, got a shirt. Pretty cool, man. Hey, so today I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a side dish of sweet potatoes with a sweet onion in it. Kind of like a sweet potato hash. It's super simple to make, and it goes with pretty much any meat you want. So if you're doing steak, sirloins, ribeyes, chicken, sweet potatoes are the way to go, okay? So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna get your oven turned on. I got the oven set for 350 at a high bake, but that's my oven though. And then what you want to do is you want to start peeling your sweet potatoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to dice up the sweet potato, and we're going to bake it until they're soft and edible, and then we're going to put them in a pan with some sauteed sweet onion and a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to fry it up a little bit and put a little bit of char on them. So this amount of sweet potatoes would not feed a big fire station. So I'm using 4, but you figure a sweet potato per guy. So if you have 10 guys at your station, you want to get like 8 to 10 sweet potatoes. All right? Because remember this rule, better to have more than enough than not enough. If there's not enough food for hungry firemen, guys are going to be a little upset with you. All right. So let's dice up our sweet potato. So I cut them in little bite-sized strips, right, like that. Even that's pretty big. I'll dice that. I'll slice that up again. So what is that? Quarter inch slice. Oh yeah, you gotta get a bowl too. So see how small those are? Those are bite size. No, those are big. Those are smaller than bite size. But that's a good size. Remember to always don't cut your fingers. Getting stitches is bad. Living with a cut every day is bad until it heals. Okay. So now I'm going to use about a spoonful of olive oil. Now normally I don't measure it out like this. Okay, I'm going to go for 2. Usually I just eyeball stuff and go for it. But since I'm teaching you guys how to do this, you want to put a little bit of light layer of olive oil on it when you put it in the oven. There we go. You throw it on your pan, your cookie sheet, and then spread them out so they'll cook evenly. Now, you want to cook these. You're going to be checking them probably every 5 to 10 minutes. You check them with a knife, and you see how hard they are? That's super hard. You want to get them to where they're firm, but your knife can go through, and then we'll put them in the skillet and fry them up. So let's put them in the oven. All right, let's fuck 350. All right, so you saw my snafu with my small oven. So now we let the big oven heat up. Make sure your pan can fit in the oven. And then throw it in, and we're going to check it. We're going to check it in probably 10, 15 minutes. So let's get our pan heated up. We'll get our pan heating. We'll dice up our sweet onion. Now, a little trick at home is, like for this sweet onion here, I have more than enough for my sweet potato hash. So my leftovers, I'm going to put in a freezer safe Ziploc, and I'm going to freeze them. And it's pretty cool because frozen onions, when you reuse them, they actually taste really good. They have a lot of flavor in there. So check this out. Here's a little tip and trick. You see this? If you try to slice like this, if you're doing hamburger slices, right? Everybody likes a perfectly round slice on their burger. So you want to grip it like this and do that. But since we're just dicing for the hash, what you do is you cut off the bottom to where it doesn't roll, right? Because a rolling onion is a quick way to slice your finger. But like I said, since we're dicing, it doesn't matter about nice, perfectly hamburger slices, I would say. So let's get some dicing going on. Now, people dice a lot of different ways. Okay? There's some people that cut a grid in there and then they slice it. I just make slices. This is just me though. I just make slices and then I dice. Slice, then dice. That's what I do. But everybody's different. You'll find your own way to do stuff as you get better at cooking. And don't worry about flinging onions all over the place. So hopefully you're at a station with a probationary guy. He'll come clean it up. All right. So we got our onions. We won't use all that for our hash. So let's go over here. Let's add 2 spoonfuls. You can hear it going over there. And let's add in half. All right, we'll let that start cooking. And then we'll save our other onion in a bag. So what you want to do is when they start to caramelize, when they start to get translucent, that's perfect, okay? Because remember, when we take our sweet potatoes out of the oven, we're going to put them in here and fry them up. So let them fry up. Get a little bit of salt. Now, here's a little trick with spices, okay? This is something to live by. You can add to, but you can't take away. Once that spice is in, it's in. So if you just go dumping, you can over salt it, over garlic it, over pepper it. So you want to just add a little bit at a time, taste as you go. And then that'll be perfect for your spices. Remember, I'm going to say it again. You can add to, but you can't take away. All right, so look at my onions. See, they're starting to get a little translucent there. I'm going to let them go for like another minute, and then I'm going to turn them off. All right, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to let them sizzle down till they're cool. And then we're going to check our sweet potatoes here in a few minutes because they've only been cooking for a few minutes, right? We'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're going to check our sweet potatoes. Just take a knife, find a big one, poke in the middle. You want them soft. Yeah, those are soft. So let's take those out. Whoa, caught. Let's take those out. And let's get our onions going again. Get that heated up. Waiting. 2 hours later. All right, so Jesus. Grandma made a hole in this. And sometimes it burns your hand. All right. So let's get it into the pan, the skillet. Hopefully you have an iron skillet. Iron skillets are the best. Stir them up. I'm going to get this going high. Add a little bit of salt. Okay. A little bit of pepper. Just a little bit of pepper, not a lot. Stir all those seasonings in. Get them all mixed around. Oops. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of butter because butter makes everything taste better. That fat just flavors everything. So I'll put a little bit in there. Let's mix it all up. Starting to get brown. Look at that. All right. So this is just the right amount of brown that I like. So what do you want to do before you take it off? Chefs always try their food to see if it needs anything else. Oops. Perfect. There's nothing else that needs to be done. Turn it off. Set it on the table with the meat and yell, "Chow's on, man," and feed the troops, all right? So that's sweet potato hash. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Peace.